Clanio. It is Victory Monday. The Bengals crushed the Steelers yesterday in Pittsburgh. Steelers have been the bane of our existence for so many years. The worst moment I've ever experienced as a sports fan was in 2015 in the playoff game when we inexplicably, it was just like the most heart-wrenching thing I've ever seen. If you know anything about this rivalry, you know, I hate to bring it up, Bengals fans, I'm sorry, but you know what happened when we scored the go-ahead touchdown with A.J. Green, Vontaze Burfict intercepts, Jeremy Hill fumbles, Adam Pac-Man Jones goes berserk, Roethlisberger leads them down to a game-winning field goal. It's madness. But yesterday, we're here. This is Houday and Houses. I recorded this last week, but my microphone died. My microphone died, and so I had to go out and buy another session. So last week I did a Houday and Houses on the loss to the Chicago Bears, but I couldn't publish it because the audio was gone. So hopefully we're back and we're live here. And if you're watching this, hey, feel free to jump in the chat. I'm going to talk a little bit about this feeling you get as a football fan. This is very rare. I'm trying to think about comps to the real estate world, and maybe we'll get into that. We'll talk about the Cincinnati real estate market a little bit. If you followed and watched this channel, thank you. Certainly, we are bringing all kinds of real estate content about buying and selling houses here in the Cincinnati and Northern Kentucky market. That's what we do. We talk about helping you find your home and strengthen your family. We've got all that content, but this live session on Monday, will normally be Mondays, is when I get to have a little bit of fun because I have the heart of any sports franchise I've ever seen. But hey, when you got Joe Burrow, you got hope. And so on Mondays, we're going to talk about the game a little bit and also give you a chance. If you're out there and you've been watching the channel and you've got some questions about Cincinnati, if you've got some questions about the real estate market, if you just want to jump on here and talk Bengals, you can. Feel free to jump in the chat and we can, I think, stand out in the last video. Shout out to you, Scott Duber, who watches this channel, and Aiden, I don't know, man, you got to get on. Like the first week, because that, like, if we have a lead, we're like, well, how are we going to blow this lead? Like, this is going to be interesting to watch how the Bengals somehow lose this game, and that nearly happened in the first game. It went into overtime, but they and 34 throw it up. They're all awesome. So we put that. I was already feeling good going into halftime. Like, hey, we're in Pittsburgh. We controlled that first half, and yeah, they tied it, but we look like the better team, and we get the ball back. But then in that minute, they score, and then they almost scored again. We stopped them on 3-and-out. We had a timeout. We were in field goal position if it wasn't for a holding call, because McPherson would have put us up another 3 points before the end of half. So, but there was that touchdown, which was just like, oh man, you could just hear it. You could just feel it in the stadium. The Pittsburgh fans, they're like, oh crap, it's over. Like, our reign over the Bengals, our reign of domination is over. And they were watching Joe Burrow. Their fears were kind of there, but Joe Burrow hadn't quite arrived yet. With that play, I feel like to Chase, it's like, yeah, no, it's our turn. It's our turn, Steelers fans. And you can just take your towels and you can sit on them because it's time for the Bengals. We are in Burrow's second year. We've got this window, right? Every team gets this window when they've got a great quarterback where you can not pay them a lot of money and build up the team around them. I wouldn't say this is our year still. We've still got some holes to fix for sure on that, on that offensive line, but the window is starting to open where we're going to become legit contenders, I think, because Joe Burrow is that good. So you keep him healthy. We've got the weapons. And you maybe add one more solid guard in there. Carmen got a start yesterday, and he was okay. Team record by the Steelers where they had a sack. I think that's right. I think that's the stat. Man, it feels good. I was sitting there with my buddies when Chase got that touchdown, and in the third quarter when he got another one, the boos that were raining down on the offense. I mean, the Steelers are the Bengals right now. Their offensive line sucks. They couldn't do anything except throw underneath. It just felt great. And yes, that's a different game with TJ Watt because that guy's just a game breaker. But like, man, that felt good. We were in control of that whole game. Yeah, we could have put them out with another decent drive at the end of in the fourth quarter, but it just felt great. Felt great. Good win. We're 2-1 now in the division. Defense looks really, really, really good. Now, Roethlisberger looked bad, and they were banged up. But that's another fun thing about the game was, like, the injuries were compiling for the Steelers, but it almost felt like the Steelers were just like, I quit. Like when Smith-Schuster went out, and he's just like, yeah, I don't want to get blown up by Von Bell and be on Twitter again. That's what it felt like. So, man, that was fun. Feel free to jump in the comments here. If you guys are Bengals fans, you know how good that felt. So I was trying to think through, like, what are the comps of that feeling in real estate? That feeling of getting the monkey off your back, having something go your way when you know everything's not going to go your way. I couldn't think of many because, honestly, it's hard to think of many comps to being a Bengals fan. But the one I could think of was, like, if you are a buyer in this market and you've been trying to buy a house for maybe the last year plus, and you've gone out there, and let's say your financing might not be as strong, you don't have cash, you don't even have conventional, maybe you're an FHA or VA financing, and you've put offer after offer after offer, and maybe you've been in the running late in the game in the fourth quarter, but the sellers end up choosing another offer. That's the one thing I can think of if you're like as a real estate comp, is after maybe like 10 offers, you finally get something under contract, right? You went out because whatever reason, you had a real estate agent that was helping you get, make a good offer. You had the right escalation clause, or you waived inspections, or you were able to be flexible on the closing date, something like that, of like how good it would feel to get that property and close on it. Because it's not even in the process of closing, right? You got to go through inspections and the appraisal and all that. There's so many things that can go wrong in a real estate transaction. And so, but to be at the closing table, to get the keys and then be like, yes, this house is mine, after you've lost out on a lot of houses, that's maybe the only comparison I can think of what it felt like to beat the Steelers yesterday in Pittsburgh. So yeah, hey, if you guys are watching, feel free to jump in the chat. I know, again, most of you guys aren't Bengals fans, and you're looking at Cincinnati. You don't care about this video at all. That's totally cool. I think this is just more for me. This is just something I enjoy because as a dad with 5 kids, I don't get to watch a lot of sports. I don't have cable television, so I don't watch any college sports. The only team I really follow, or teams, are the Cincinnati Reds and the Bengals, just because they're local. They're a little easier to follow. There's a podcast that I listen to regularly from The Athletic, from Paul Dehner Jr. and Jay Morrison, where I get my content. That's like my little bit of entertainment when I'm driving around showing houses or going to listing appointments. And a football season is relatively contained. It's just one game a week, so it's not, when you're a dad with a lot of kids like I am, you can kind of fit it into the schedule. So I know and I don't care if you jump on the bandwagon. That's cool. You can jump on the Joe Burrow bandwagon. There's plenty of room. Come on board, because we're going somewhere. He looked great yesterday. Jamar Chase looked great yesterday. Defense looked good. Zach Taylor had them ready for the win. This was proof of concept. Like, they've been talking about the solid character of this team and doing things the right way, but all that's talk until you go win a tilt. And they handed it to the Steelers yesterday, and it just felt so good. It just felt so good. And let's watch a few highlights here. Oh, we had a pick early, so I wasn't feeling so good early. That happened. But then Logan Wilson, I'm guessing the next highlight we're going to see here is Sam Hubbard gets in and hits Roethlisberger. And boink, Logan Wilson, look at that. Acrobatic play from a linebacker. You love to see it. Love to see it. So we get it right back. We drive down. Tyler Boyd right here, Pittsburgh native, says that's a TJ Hushmanzada route right there. Bam. No. Nah. I'm in this. I'm scoring. Touchdown. Bengals go up early. Offensive linemen are happy. They like to see it. All right, so Steelers are driving. Look at that D. Swarming. Man, and we have Osai who's injured. This D-line. If we get Osai back next year, I like it. We saw some runs. Nice cutback by Mixon there. Haven't seen any big runs by Mixon all year, so that was nice to see. They stuck with the run. We've seen a balanced line play calling from Zach Taylor. All right, so here's the Steelers drive. I think. Yeah, this was the longest sack ever. I told the guys, my friends last night, BJ Hill gets another one, that if you were like playing a video game, it was like having the slowest player of all time get that sack. Oh my gosh. This was a rip. Look at our defense just ripping. Just going for those turnovers. You gotta love it. All right, here's a little play to the tight end. That was a good play call. 1st and goal. But for some reason, Tomlin called a timeout right before that and did not run the clock down. Thank you very much, Mike Tomlin. Give me the ball back. I just felt so good about us getting the ball back with a minute. This is something Taylor has been so much better than Marvin Lewis at. Here's the bomb to Chase. Look at that. Look at that separation at the end. I saw someone break this down on Twitter where his hand placement was. Let's see if I can go back on this. Like, it was on the bicep of the defender, and he got the separation, but it doesn't look like a push-off, but he got that separation at the end. Pro move. Burrow's fired up. Chase is smiling. Dude, we're going to see a lot of that in the years to come. We didn't even have T. Higgins in this game. 43 yards. So here we are, 3rd quarter. Bengals get a drive. McPherson kicks it out of the TV. We all thought he pushed it, but I guess it hooked back in. Looked like he missed it. His leg is so big. Another pick by Logan Wilson. I mean, that was a bad play by Roethlisberger, but I don't know how he didn't see him. But still, to catch that ball, I mean, how many times do you see linebackers drop that ball? So here we go, 1st and goal. Burrow says in the press conference he went through his 5th read. O-line, he has all day here. I mean, again, we don't have TJ Watt in this game. Steelers are beat up, but look at that. I looked at my friends after that and I was like, he had a pocket. Like, Burrow's been scrambling for his life his entire career, all of almost one season of games played, but like, he had all day there. You give Joe Burrow all day and you were hurting. And then this happens. What's their kicker's name? Boswell? Is that his name? But that was his first miss ever against the Bengals. He's never missed a field goal or an extra point, like 58 of 58 or something like that. All right, that was a good play. That was a good play by Roethlisberger. But we're in control of this game 24-7. I mean, Boo Birds were just raining down in Pittsburgh. 1st and goal and sack. And then I think they get a false start. And it's like a 7-minute drive, and they kick a field goal. And I just felt so good. I'm just saying, tick-tock, tick-tock. And then, I mean, it's just everything was underneath. Oh, except that one, I guess. But most plays were underneath. Clock's ticking. We're in control of the game. Taylor didn't do anything crazy like go for it on 4th and 6. He's just like, no, we're in control. We're going to punt. I mean, it would have been nice to – look at that. Sacked by Hubbard. It would have been nice to put him away, you know. But, I mean, we did, essentially. 3rd and 10, incomplete. We've seen a lot of Eli Apple these first few games. I'd like to see less of him. But Cheeto looks like he had a groin injury, so it might be seeing more 4th and 10. 4th and 10 underneath. Just, it feels good. It feels really good. I just wanted to share this with you guys. Hey, I know we're not covering a lot of real estate today, but we will. I'm planning this week to jump into, I wonder if I can show this to you guys. Yeah, here we go. To Homerama. I'm going to try to get over here the next few days and film a lot of content. Homerama is really cool. It's it's kind of the big real estate event that happens every year between builders, and you kind of get the latest designs, the latest architecture. So I'm going to try to film a lot of content here this week, so you guys can see some of these showcase homes here. It's a lot of fun. So we've got a lot of custom builders here. Red Knot Homes. They've got 2 properties there. So they've got a Double Eagle Ranch and the La Bella Vita. So we're going to walk through those. The Sterling Homes have this Charlotte home. We're going to take a look at Weiland. I'm not actually sure how to say this name, Weiland or Wieland Builders, but we'll figure it out. They got one, and Zika Homes has one. So we're going to walk through all these at Homerama. Hopefully I'll get this content out to you. There's another one. Let's see, where is it? There's also one I want to do. There's a tiny home, which is pretty cool. I don't think that's on the sponsors. No. But it's in Anderson Township, which is where I lived for several years. Love Anderson Township. It's over kind of by Vineyard Golf Course, Coldstream area. Where's that tiny home one? I want to figure that out. I'll find it. But plan on getting some content here for you guys to see some of these custom homes. It's going to be fun to shoot. So hoping to get that to you. But if you guys want other content, I know it's always good to get your comments and your feedback on what content you want in terms of, in terms of the channel and getting to know different neighborhoods out of state, who are thinking of moving to Cincinnati, whether you're moving from California. I've talked to a few of you this week where you're like, you know what, California is just not exactly the same as it used to be, and we're thinking of moving out. And I get it. It's a beautiful state. There's so much going for it, but some people are just kind of fed up with the way things are being handled from a leadership standpoint there. I get it. And you're checking out different cities, and you've landed on Cincinnati, and hey, come on over to the Queen City. We'd love to have you here. So I love talking to you guys from out of state, giving you a feel for this city, and that it's nice to live here, that people like each other, that we like our neighbors, that it's a great place to raise your kids, that even if you have different viewpoints, we get along for the most part here. It's a great place to live. So yeah, we'll continue building out the channel, and thank you for watching. We always talk about you as subscribers to the channel as the Stanyo Clanyo. I know I've got a weird name. It's hard to spell, but it's Stanyo. So I just try to make it easy for you with rhyming with the Team Stanyo Clanyo and the Team Stanyo Vanyo that I take all my kids at. So it is a beautiful day here. I've got a listing appointment that I've got to run to in Erlanger, Kentucky, and then I've got a house that I'm flipping in Florence, Kentucky. I'm meeting my contractor at, and then I need to go pick up my 2 sons from their activity practice at Northern Kentucky University. But yeah, we've had a great week. I hope you have too. We've been celebrating. Let's see if I can show this to you. I don't know if I have any photos, but we've been celebrating with our church this last week. We had an awesome event this Saturday with camping out, and just an awesome time. So the weather right now in Cincinnati is as good as it gets. September weather in Cincy is just awesome. You just kind of have to soak it in. You get these clear days. Leaves will be starting to turn here probably in the next few weeks as it cools off. September, October, just lovely. And I'll be celebrating a birthday here coming up in about a week, 1 week from today, and your boy here will be turning 40. So So that'll be fun. That will be fun. So, guys, thanks for watching Who Day and Houses with Team Stanyo. We got a Thursday night game this week. I don't know if I'll get to another video this week. We'll see. We'll see how we're feeling. We'll see how much time we got on Friday. But these are fun for me, and I'll continue to bring the normal real estate content on the main channel, but with these lives, just going to do a little recap. Just going to, when you beat the Steelers and you got Joe Burrow on your team, it just feels good. It just feels really good. So we've had a lot of losses over the years here. So got to soak up the wins. I hope you guys have a great Monday. Like I said, leave a comment in the chat. Who Day, go Bengals, and we'll talk to you later.